Mr. Vice President, it has become a habit for Pakistan to malign my country with false and fabricated narratives for its self-serving malicious purposes. Neither India nor others deserve this unsolicited lecture on human rights from a country that has consistently persecuted its ethnic and religious minorities, is an epicenter of terrorism, has the distinction of providing pensions to the individuals on the UN sanctions list, and as a Prime Minister who proudly admits training tens of thousands of terrorists to fight in Jammu and Kashmir. It is not surprising that other relevant multilateral institutions have been raising serious concerns on its failure to stop terror financing and lack of effective actions against all terror entities in Pakistan. Mr. Vice President, the nefarious designs of Pakistan continue in Pakistan-occupied parts of Indian Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The mass influx of outsiders has whittled down the number of Kashmiris to an insignificant number in Pakistan-occupied parts of Indian Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. In its zeal to reassert its theocratic ideology, it has ensured that the ethnic and religious minorities have no future through systematic persecution, blasphemy laws, forced convergence, targeted killings, sectarian violence, and faith-based discrimination. Thousands of Sikhs, Hindus, and Christian minority women and girls have been subjected to abductions, forced marriages, and convergence in Pakistan. The plight of people under its subjugation is well represented by the state of affairs in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Sindh. Not a single day has gone by when a family in Balochistan doesn't find its members picked up or kidnapped by the security forces of Pakistan. Pakistan does well when it comes to intimidation and attacks against journalists, human rights defenders, and political dissidents, in particular by its state's machinery. It is not without a reason that Pakistan has been highlighted by international organizations as a country where journalists are slain and their killers go scot-free. Mr. Vice President, as esteemed members of HRC are aware, Pakistan has been abusing various HRC mechanisms and platforms for raising issues which are extraneous to the mandate of the HRC and which relate to internal matters of India, with a view to distract the attention of the international community from serious human rights violations committed by it against its own people, including its Indian territories occupied by it. We hope that Pakistan would desist from doing so. We reject the references made by the OIC to the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, which is an integral part of India. The OIC has no locus standi to comment on internal affairs of India. The OIC has allowed itself to be misused by Pakistan to subvert its own agenda. It's for the members of the OIC to decide if it is in their interest to allow Pakistan to do so. Mr. Vice President, I again advise Turkey to refrain from commenting on the internal matters of India.
We, the people of Pakistani-occupied Jammu Kashmir, plead this August Council to stop Pakistan from treating us like animals. The Azad Kashmir Elections Act 2020 has taken away all political, civil and constitutional rights. Our activities opposing accession to Pakistan have been declared anti-state in flagrant violation of United Nations resolutions. We are treated as traitors in our own home simply for defending it. By declaring our political activities illegal, this act gives the Pakistani army a free hand to assassinate our people through targeted killings and enforced disappearances, Pakistan's favorite action against all those who disagree with their policies. Pakistan is brainwashing innocent youth on both sides of the border in Jammu Kashmir, making them cannon fodder in the proxy war with India. Pakistan continues to run terror camps from Azad Kashmir. In this backdrop, Pakistan is now trying to declare disputed territory of Gilgit-Baltistan as its province, depriving our people of their land and their identity and culture. Pakistani revisionist moves would throw the whole world into a brutal war. Pakistan has taken our freedom. Pakistan placed their boot of tyranny on our throat, suppressing our voice. But we hope our voice shall be heard here. We beg the peace-loving world to stop what's happening to us, break away the chains, keeping us from standing free and happy.
Thank you. Madam President, respect for human rights is universal and paramount and applies to all countries, including Pakistan, and terrorism inherently undermines the promotion and protection of human rights. Talking to CNN in February 2019, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi admitted that UN-designated terrorist and chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed Masood Azhar resides in Pakistan. To BBC in March 2019, Mr. Qureshi confessed that his government and Jaish-e-Mohammed maintained official contact. In July 2019, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan told the U.S. Institute of Peace in Washington that his country hosts 40,000 terrorists. In June 2020, Prime Minister Imran Khan referred to Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden as a martyr in the country's parliament. Last month, Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs acknowledged the presence of UN-designated terrorist Dawood Ibrahim on its territory. Madam President, there is no need to elaborate. Pakistani officials have time and again confessed the country continues to be a safe haven for terrorists and terrorist organizations. The UN Security Council's consolidated list of terrorist individuals and entities includes 146 entries from Pakistan. With all due respect, I am compelled to ask, why is Pakistan still a member of this August Council? Thank you.
Pakistan is attempting to illegally make Gilgit-Baltistan her fifth province. On October 31st, 1947, Pakistan instigated a coup d'etat in Gilgit Agency with the collaboration of British officers of Gilgit Scouts and occupied Gilgit Agency. By attacking the state of Jammu Kashmir and Gilgit Agency, Pakistan has committed a war of aggression, crime against peace and crime against humanity, all of which tantamount to war crimes. Today we are faced with double colonization of Gilgit-Baltistan as China joins Pakistan under Belt and Road Initiative. More than 100 human rights activists are languishing in prisons. For every 25 people, Pakistan has deployed one soldier in Gilgit-Baltistan. Almost every single government official serving in Gilgit-Baltistan is Pakistani. Our natural resources are being plundered. UN resolutions regarding Jammu Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan seem to have become obsolete, hence a new approach has become the need of the hour. Therefore, I demand that Pakistan be tried for war crimes, that the world should collectively demand withdrawal of Pakistan army from our lands, that all Belt and Road Initiative projects between Pakistan and China should be declared illegal by the United Nations. A Truth and Reconciliation Commission should be set up to investigate the 1990s genocide of Hindu Pandits in Kashmir, committed by Pakistan-sponsored jihadi terrorists in collaboration with local Muslim clergy.
British Kashmiri journalist Tanveer Ahmad protested against hosting Pakistani flag in a disputed territory of so-called Azad Kashmir. At the behest of Pakistan, the local administration brutally beaten, arrested, and jailed him. In Gilgit-Baltistan, peaceful political activist Baba Jan, Iftikhar Hussain, and their colleagues were tried under Anti-Terrorist Act and were awarded 40 to 90 years imprisonment. We urge upon Human Rights Council to put pressure on Islamabad for immediate and unconditional release of all activities.
Freedom of expression is compromised in Pakistan and it's held Jammu and Kashmir, raising voice for basic human and fundamental rights, demanding for ownership of natural resources and self-governance. Criticism on wrongdoing of establishment and subservient judiciary become almost blasphemous. Honorable Vice President, the Pakistani security agencies have brutally beaten, arrested, and jailed British Kashmiri journalist Tanveer Ahmad after he removed the Pakistani flag in Dadial in disputed area in Pakistani-occupied Kashmir. We urge upon HRC to ask Pakistan for his immediate release. Peaceful human rights activist Jamil Maqsood, who is based in Brussels, Belgium, has been regularly participating in HRC session and raising human rights issues. Due to his active role, Pakistan has confiscated his passport. Now he is unable to travel and access UN. Freedom of movement is a fundamental right. We urge upon HRC to put pressure on Pakistan to issue him passport. The voice of Kashmiri people to free themselves from Pakistani rule has resulted in the state taking repressive action. This has resulted in regular instances of human rights abusing, including enforced disappearances, torture to political repression and electoral rigging and suppression of freedom of speech. Pakistan should take effective measures to control activities of those who promote extremism, violence, and intolerance in the region.
मैं इस चीज़ को कंडेम करती हूँ जो 295C ब्लास्फेमी लॉ का जो इन्होंने लॉ पास किया हुआ है। आज मैं ये सबको बताना चाहती हूँ कि पाकिस्तान में मिनॉरिटीज़ की कोई जगह नहीं रह गई, इसलिए कि उनके साथ बहुत जुल्म किया जा रहा है। ज़बरदस्ती क्रिश्चियनों को मुस्लिम किया जा रहा है। बहुत सारी हिंदू लड़कियाँ जो उनको मुस्लिम किया जा रहा है, उनको अगवा किया जा रहा है। ये कोई इंसानियत नहीं है कि किसी के मज़हब को ज़बरदस्ती तब्दील किया जाए। मिनॉरिटी के साथ जो किया जा रहा है, जैसा कि अब देखें बेशुमार जो क्रिश्चियन हैं वो वहाँ से ब्लास्फेमी लॉ के डर की वजह से वो पाकिस्तान से दूसरे मुल्कों में जा चुके हैं। वो श्रीलंका में हैं, बांग्लादेश में हैं, मलेशिया में हैं और थाईलैंड के अंदर हैं। जैसा कि एक यंग लड़का अपने 2 बच्चों के साथ इस वक्त थाईलैंड के अंदर जिसका नाम सलीम विलियम है, जो कि इस वक्त सफरिंग कर रहा है, जो कि पेशावर से है। उसकी माँ पीछे से मर गई है इसी दुख से कि पता नहीं उसने आज अपने बच्चे को कभी ज़िंदगी में देखना भी था कि नहीं। मैं यूनाइटेड नेशन के आगे यही रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि प्लीज़ 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 जितने भी क्रिश्चियंस दूसरी कंट्रियों में बैठे हुए हैं उनका तहफ़्फ़ुज़ करें, उनको दूसरी कंट्रियों में सेटल करें।